Hey everybody! Hello, 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 and welcome back to the channel. Okay, so today I will be making these cute little cards, tags, or whatever. And I just love them. It's so quick and easy to make, and it's always good to have these kind of things in your stash. So I thought, why not making them? Okay, I will show you the things that I will be needing. We need some tea-dyed paper, like so. This is just regular copy paper which has been dyed with some tea, and then you will have something like this. So cool, right? And the stamp set that I've used for this is the Newsprint type CMS 266. I will put everything that I've used in a description box down below. I've also used this stamp set. This one comes from Amazon, very cheap. I will put the link in the description box. And I've used these little thingies. Are these ones. Okay, and this comes from what's the name again? I always forget the name of that stamp set. It's the Entomology, this one. I have the dies as well because these are just too hard to fussy cut. And this one right here, excuse me, this one right here, and this one, and this, they are tabs from one of they are from the tickets die sets from Elizabeth Craft Design. And these tall numbers are the alphanumeric stretched. I don't know if it's the lower or the uppercase. I don't know. But I will check everything and I will post everything in the description box down below. And then you're all good to go. I am also be needing antique linen. Oops. Antique linen for the background. I will be using a homemade stamp. Yes, indeed, a homemade stamp. And this is one of my favorites. And some black acrylic paint. And we'll be using a small gel plate and a brayer. Let's see, I don't forget anything, right? No. Oh yeah, and I did almost forgot something. I'm using the Distress ink, ground coffee and vintage photo. And I'm using a blending tool as well. And you need a brush. Okie dokie. So that was the whole setup. And these are the first three ones that I've made, and I really, really like them. And the thing is that for the next project, and that will be this journal. This is a handmade journal. The paper is from Kensen, mixed media paper. And when I'm not feeling like journaling, or I'm stuck and I'm not inspired or whatever, I can just take one of these babies and put them on a page, just make a nice background and do some doodling or whatsoever, and I'm done, you know? So it's just fun to make these kind of things. And now we can go. Oh, and by the way, if you don't have this stamp set, you can also use just regular book paper and an acrylic block. this paper that I've been using are scrap papers that are leftovers from the dilutions folio that I am making right now. And the scrap piece of papers, the big ones, I've cut them up in these little cards. These are 16 cards, so I have a long way to go. And yeah, I didn't want to throw away that paper because I don't like throwing good stuff away, you know? It's not necessary. And if you don't have these stem sets, then you can always use something else, like the silhouette birds, for instance. And there are other numbers as well that you can use. You know, today I've been die cutting a lot of these numbers in black, gold and white watercolor paper. And I've been cutting a lot of these tabs, and tomorrow evening I'm going to be die cutting a lot of these thingies. Oh, and you can use the fluffer as well, the fluffer stem set, the old stem set with all the butterflies. That could also be a great option. And all the other stems that I've used for these little ones, they are for field notes, correspondence, and I forget one. Field notes, correspondence, and eccentric. So yeah, let's get started. So I've already cut these few out. They were already in my stash. And I'm just taking a blank piece of paper. I'm going to put these ones away because I don't want them to get dirty. And we're going to be playing with oxides. If you don't have oxides, no problem. Just use what you do have. You know, you can play with the inks, with the sprays, or something else from another brand. It's all good. Okay, first things first. Okay, we are going to be needing a piece of paper. So I'm just going to rip something off. I don't want to cover the whole card. Okay, so this is perfect. And I like to keep something going over the edge. So I'm not going to cut the overlay. I'm going to leave it on. And I'm just using this Pritt Stift. That is a Dutch glue, I think. Okay, so far so good. Next is the antique linen. I don't like it when there's still glue on my working space. I really don't like it. Okay, that will dry anyway. It's okay. I'm just taking another piece of scrap paper. And I'm just using my finger, as you can see, because I don't like the whole white cardstock. It needs to have a little bit of color. And when you're using your fingers, you don't have getting harsh lines like when you're using a brush. What's wrong with me? My throat is so dry and I'm drinking enough fluids. That's not the problem. If you don't have this color, then you can use any other color that you do have. That is not a problem. Okay, for now, I'm going to set this aside to dry. Now we're going to search for the elements. So these are all the numbers that I've been cutting out. And I'm still not there. I have some other dies with numbers that I want to have in my little box here. Oh, that's gold. I don't want gold. Okay, so I like that one. And I want to get the B. This already has a little bit of distress ink vintage photo in the middle, and the wings will be done with the fossilized amber from the Oxide sprays. And now I'm going to look here. These are my little boxes. This one is full with labels and let's use this one. Tabs and tickets and all the other good stuff. I like that one with the birds. And let's see, what else do we have? These labels all come from this awesome stamp set. All these labels. This one is also a yellow one. There is a small one. Ah, look. That's, oh! There's also a small one. And now I think we're good. And let's check for some other stuff. I like to play with small and large pieces of paper. I think that I'm good to go. Just switched a few. Okay. It's not dry yet. But this was the first one. Since I have a whole bunch of these kind of cards, let's prepare another one. Let's take that one. Okay, so I did the other one, the second one as well, and I both dried them with a heating tool. And the next thing what we're going to do, is that I'm going to use my stamp. Now for this part I'm going to be using my gel plate, just a very small one. This one is a 5 by 3. And the main reason why I'm using this is because I don't want to make a hot mess on this table. Okay, so just let me grab a piece of paper. I won't press too hard because I don't want it to be too obvious, but this is perfect. Okay, second one. Perfect. I love making my own stamps. Okay, what am I going to do now? I'm just going to grab a scissor, cut off a piece of paper, and put it back in a tin. Ta-da! All is good. Okay. Why am I stamping the background? Well, that's a very simple reason for it. It's just too plain. And this stamp is just zhuzhing it up a little bit. It's just making it a little bit more grungy. Okay, now we're going to take our distillers, ink. And I'm using a blending tool, blending foam. And as you can see, these three needs a little bit of color. So that's what we're going to do. That's the first one. Second one. And the third one. I've already, okay, that's for the next part. I'm going to remove that blending foam and I'm going to use this one. Time to give the bee a little bit of color. Beautiful. And now it's time to clean this. it's time to put everything in its place. I'm just going to take some glue. And this is the reason why I always use double-sided tape for the little numbers, for the numbers. It makes it so easy, or it will become a hot mess. I already am a big hot mess, so we don't need any more messes. Right? Okay, this is going right here. Oh crap, I forgot something. I forgot something. Can I remove it? Yes, I can remove it. I forgot one important step, you guys. How can I forget? How dare I to forget it? Unfreaking believable. Well, actually I forgot about 2 steps. Okay, let's take some Oxide Fossilized Amber. I'm going to spritz it with some water, and we're going to dip the piece of paper into the puddle of oxide. Okay. And then, oh, you need it like this. We are going to take our acrylic block, or you can use a brush, or just use anything what you prefer to make splatters. But for me, this is the easiest way to make splatters. There are other ways, but I prefer this way. All right. And you can use any acrylic paint what you have in your stash. If it's if it's a heavy body acrylic, then you're going to dilute it with a little bit of water. But if it's thin, then you just put it on your acrylic block, use a brush, and ta-da! You know, don't make it too hard. I know that I'm having the Distress Black Soot paint somewhere, but I can't find it. No problem, then I'm just going to use something else. Because this is heavy cardstock, the white heavy cardstock from Tim Holtz, I prefer to use wet glue instead of the other one. And I like to use uneven numbers. I don't know why, but that is something that my eyes prefer. Okay, now let's see if this one is still want to stick. It's still sticky enough for my fingers. Ooh. Hopefully it didn't break it. No, it still wants to... Wait. You see? It's okay to make mistakes as long as you come with the solution. There's no problem. And it makes you think outside of the box when you make mistakes. And now we're going to attach this little bee guy or girl, I don't know what it is. That one won't stick. You know what, I'm just going to add a little bit of glue. And it will all dry clear, so in the end you won't see a thing of the wet glue that I've used. And that's and this one is done. Number 4. And I can't wait to use them. I'm going to put something heavy on it because this little guy won't stick to the paper. Okay. So, okay, let's go to the second one. That must be here somewhere. Oh, here it is. Okay, first things first. We already stamped. And we've put paint on it. And this time I've used picked raspberry. This little guy will go over here. And this guy will go over there. And like so. Ta-da! Okay, first things first. Now I'm not going to forget about it. Distress Oxide picked raspberry. Who doesn't like pink, right? All right, awesome. Okay, so let's see if the brush is ready to make some splatters. I think it is. Some more paint, just a little bit. And what one hot mess, guys. Okay, let's go. Uh-oh. That is not good. That is not good, my friend. Okay. Anyhow, anywho. Oops, so well. You know, when I'm being like this, busy, I don't talk a lot, as you might have noticed. And my dog is pretty quiet, thank goodness. That's the scary part, because sometimes my dog can start barking, especially when he smells another dog outside, or when he hears something in the hallway. But he's being nice and quiet. I like that. And I appreciate it. Right, Leon? Okay, so hey, that was not the plan. Now, the wings are going to be pink, so it's matching the rest, oops, of the card. And if you don't have the oxides, just use anything you have. It really doesn't matter, guys. Okay, first things first. I always starting with this little guy. It's time to put everything on its place. You could also use some flower die cuts. That would be also very awesome. Put that one there. Going to put the number in the right corner. No, the other way. Yep. And this little one. This little fella, and then we're done. And then we have 19 more cards to make. I know that these are not the typical size of cards, but you can use them as if, because you can just make a card, make a background, put one of these on top, and you're done. So let me grab the other one. You see how quick it was to make these, and I'm not worried about the glue. That will all dry clear. And there you have it. There you have it. I'm going to punch a hole here later on when everything is dry. And now I have 5 of these cards. Thank you guys so much for watching, and see you at the next video. Happy crafting, everybody. Bye!